your story is a simple tale about the everyday lives of two very ordinary amateur fishermen, as our scene opens.
All right, the day I've been awaiting for, gang. Grouper season's open at last. My boat is ready, and it's a beauty must-stale morning.
Come on, Shaky. Let's get loaded and sneak up on them bottom-feeding beauties. We'll get our limit before they know what hit them.
Flaky, you're so darn loud we couldn't sneak up on a trash truck full of fish heads. Turn it down a notch, will you? Before you get me kicked out of this place.
Whoa. Old buddy, what happened to your boat?
What are you talking about? It's all ready to go.
That might be true if we're heading for a high seas gang fight. But you've been tagged. There's graffiti all over your floating pride and joy.
Don't you ever watch no TV? That ain't graffiti. I just sprayed all the leaky spots with Stay Dry rubber spray sealant.
You're supposed to be the smart one. How could you waste your money on a high-priced can of spray-on rubber off some infomercial?
Simple, Flaky. Since I am the bright bulb in the flashlight of our friendship. I waited a couple of weeks and picked up 2 cans in the As Seen on TV section at the Walmarts. 70% off.
This gratuitous product placement is brought to you by As Seen on TV brands. The best way to buy things that look really appealing in the infomercial until you find out how much the shipping costs.
Yeah, well, let's get this trailer hooked up and get out of here. But if you ask me, it still looks like a stolen masterpiece from the parking lot of the Salvador Dali Museum.
There, we're all packed. Now, please take it easy on Meemaw's driveway.
Sorry, bud. It's just easier to push the pedal on the right, what with my bad left knee and all.
If you don't slow down, you're going to be pushing up daisies instead.
Good point. Hey, maybe I should text my wife and let her know how safe we're driving.
Not on your life, or mine either for that matter. And speaking of your wife and doing dangerous stuff, how'd y'all manage to get away to go fishing this morning?
Easy. I just rolled over at 5 a.m., blew in her ear, asked her if she'd like to replay our honeymoon, or should I just go fishing? She pulled the covers up and told me not to get too much sun.
Well, that's good advice, Lakey. Your head is starting to look a bit like a spotted harbor seal.
Shaky, do you hear something that sort of sounds like a siren coming up behind us?
Of course I hear it, Flaky. You better pull over so they can pass.
I did pull over, but they didn't pass.
Oh, bad news, bad news. It ain't the emergency squad from Sun City Center. It's more like the sound of your insurance premium going up.
Oh no! Tell me this ain't happening. I got no insurance. And now they're gonna charge me with more.
Well, y'all better roll down your window and see what the nice officer wants.
Okay, boys. What are you trying to pull on this not yet bright and sunny morning?
Nothing, ma'am. We're just heading down to Mickey D's for the old man's cholesterol breakfast club. You know, before all the seats are gone.
Don't give me that old-timer. I can see you're pulling a boat here, even though you have it all painted up camouflage-like. So I might take it for an exhibit from the Salvador Dali Museum parking lot.
Not to be rude, Missy, but you don't look like no highway patrol, nor no sheriff, or even a local policeman or woman. What arm of the law are you with anyway?
I don't think you're rude, but I am wondering why you don't recognize a game warden when you see one.
If you're a game warden, then why does your uniform have a Vesta security patch on it?
I picked it up at the third-hand Rose used but not abused clothing store in Ruskin. It seems that ever since Amazon sort of announced that they were coming to town, Folks have been quitting their old jobs and lining up to apply for the 1,000 new ones.
Oh, yeah, I saw them folks camped out down by the empty industrial park. I thought it was just folks lining up for a Jimmy Buffett tribute band concert or something like that.
You gotta love those parrot heads. What a loyal bunch of fans. So when's the concert? You wanna go with me, Shaky?
Flaky, there is no concert, you chowderhead. They was just lined up for jobs.
I'd rather go to a concert, because if you get a job, then you can't go fishing.
Gentlemen, please. I'm standing out here and the traffic is whizzing by. Now, the reason I pulled you over is to make sure you, your boat, and your gear meet all the legal requirements.
No problemo, Missy. This ain't our first opening day, you know.
Okay, let's start with flotation devices. You're supposed to have 4.
Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the latest model to boot.
Are you sure? They look like couch cushions painted orange.
Is that what this is all about? A fashion statement? They float, don't they? Now, are you going to check out the rest of our gear or what?
Look, officer, we've got everything else right here in our tackle box.
Okay, now, let's see. Gas sucker outer, check. Hook taker outer, yeah, check. Safety pin looking thingies, yep, they're there. Little fake plastic fish bait thingies. You always have to have those. Yep, I see them. Well, it looks like you've got it all. There's just one last thing before I cut you loose. I'll need to see your saltwater fishing licenses.
Licenses? I'm over 65. I don't need no stinking license.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay, but I will need to see some photo ID then.
Sorry, I don't drive. But I do have my UMC SCC name badge.
Sorry, photo ID only. So what about you?
My license disappeared, along with my insurance. So that pretty much makes me just a total moving violation.
Well, I gotta let you slide on the DMV stuff since my authority stops where the water ends and the road begins. But I still need to see an ID.
I just can't believe this government intrusion. Come on now, give us a break. It's the first day of gag grouper season. Do I have to cut off my arm so you can count the rings? I'm over 65, except for me to know.
Go easy on him, Shaky. At least I'm not going to jail again.
Okay, fellas. I'll take you for over 65 and a day. Y'all have a nice day now. You hear?
I will never forget this season opener as long as I live.
Tell you what. How's about if we swing by the seafood dive and get their grouper plate and sit in the boat and eat it?
But they don't serve no grouper there, Flaky.
So, we'll get mahi-mahi and pretend, just like other restaurants do.
Sounds good to me, buddy, and it's Tuesday, so we can drop the receipt off at the UMC for the missions fund.
So, we leave the lives of the fishermen until next time.
Who are you, anyways?